Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Legacy of the Duelist and Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, we're doing the rematch against Primo with Jack Atlas with Slow Burn, as we are attempting to conclude 5Ds against Team New World. Yeah.
Nice.
Primo, as previously discussed, is running another variant of the Meklord Emperor deck, specifically focusing on, I think he's actually supposed to be speccing into Weisel? I'm not entirely sure. But now that we're actually running Slow Burn, yeah, we should be mostly okay here. Annotation Script here has got an interesting point, because Granel is, you know, the Meklord Emperor that has the best stats, to be perfectly honest, but he also, like, is pretty much only there for the OTK potential. Whereas Skael and Weisel both actually have some really cool control effects.
Speaking of control, he just killed our Marshmallow.
Yes.
That is like the first time in 50 parts of Legacy of the Duelist by Rocket Rabbit Commentaries that we've seen an opponent actually destroy Marshmallow.
No, it has happened before. It's just extremely rare.
It's rare, right? Because a lot of the times these guys will use trap-based effects in order to clear monsters. They occasionally use monster effects in order to clear monsters, but most of the time, if we lose monsters, it's because they killed it in battle.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's probably the move.
Except it is not.
Why did we... Mr. Gerda, I'm the one who's not supposed to be reading the effects. You should be privy to...
I forgot that Weisel... I forgot that Weisel had a spell negate, alright? I totally did. I remembered, while I was going through this, that one of the Meklord Emperors specifically had a spell negate on it, but I forgot that it was on Weisel specifically.
I just found it so funny that you actually had to scroll through the paragraph of text in order to ascertain a rational explanation as to what the hell just happened.
Okay, we win.
Well, yeah, pretty much, because now Zomer the Spirit, whom we're going to summon during the end phase of this turn, is going to ram into Lava Golem, causing us to take not nearly as many life point damage as our opponent is about to take.
Meklord Army of Granel. Creature
The
swap.
Meklord. That's fine. That's fine. He can do that. Except he's going to deal just a wee bit more damage to us this turn. We're still going to win the game, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to win with Solar Flare Dragon specifically. Ha 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 ha.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So we don't even have to... Well, it's either he loses during our end phase or he loses during his standby phase. In any case, he is boned.
Main phase 2, normal summon Solar Flare Dragon. During the end phase, deal 500 points of damage. Haha. I love finishing with Solar Flare. It is so satisfying for me.
It's a nice little shutdown.
And yes, with Primo down, we now have to deal with the second in command. Actually, no, we're going for the final. Yeah, that's right.
Yes?
We don't actually get to fight Jacob because now we get the plot exposition of what the fuck Team New World is. Team New World is from the future, and they're from a future where synchro summoning destroyed the world. And they come back in time, specifically with their Meklord Emperor decks, in order to specifically stop Team 5Ds from, you know, winning not only this tournament, but making synchro summoning significantly more popular around the world. After all, Yusei's father, Professor Fudo, developed the Energy Reactor, and when it did 0D, it effectively destroyed Lower Domino City. And so now we get some more very stupid stuff. As if time travel wasn't enough, Team New World has the ability to do this. They fused all three of their members together in order to form Aporia.
Good lord.
Behold his giant shoulder pads!
Yeah, that's not body, that's costume.
Yeah.
That's I mean, fiberglass would be too heavy. He's probably wearing some kind of plastic.
plastic
Like
plastic with
white...
glass overlays, because I do believe the primary theory behind Team New World is that they are cyborgs. That's how they are able to do time travel and survive the strain. But at the same point, I really don't know. Anyway, UC's extra deck, we're actually looking at it here. It has got a bunch of the Signer Dragons in it, specifically Blackwing, RDA, and Stardust, but you'll notice that we also have access to Red Nova and Shooting Star Dragon. Well, kind of explicitly, what we're supposed to be doing this time is bring out either Red Nova Dragon or Shooting Star Dragon in order to run over Aporia's bigger Meklord monsters. And we're technically able to do that. Technically. Or Aporia can show off just how absolutely terrible the Meklord Emperor deck is with the major pieces. Behold, Meklord Astro Mechanile. I don't know how to actually pronounce it. It has this long paragraph of text that effectively doesn't mean anything because it is an older 5Ds boss. So, yeah, you can just, get rid of it.
Huh. Well, does the artwork on Meklord Army Mechanical remind you of anyone?
Yes, it does actually remind me of Aporia, but I'll be honest, it doesn't matter that it reminds me of Aporia because he is officially out of resources. Yeah,
that was that had to be the biggest upset I've seen. And to think it only happened during the first turn of the game. Oh, you got a 4,000 attack beater. You didn't draw out my removal yet there, buddy.
Alright, special summon Boost Warrior. Then we can go into Junk Warrior. And we already happen to have Junk Explorer in our hand, so next turn, Synchron Explorer. We'll be able to use Synchron Explorer to go into another Junk Warrior, and from there we can just, run over all of his life points. Mech-Time Blast does not matter because the only card he has left in his hand is Mechanile, so, yeah.
What's he gonna draw?
A trap card. Probably another Mech-Time Blast, card. To be perfectly honest. Mech-Time Blast is not actually a bad trap card, to be perfectly honest. Yes, you're 2 for winning yourself, but a good thing to remember about the Meklord card, specifically the Meklord Emperors, is that every time a monster that you control is destroyed, you can trigger the special summon effects of your Meklord Emperors. And your Meklord Emperors are really fucking big. So, losing something to Mech-Time Blast isn't actually losing something, usually.
Will Aporia develop an answer?
It doesn't matter. We've got Synchro Blast Wave.
He didn't even produce a monster.
Now we have 2 Synchro Blast Waves. And yes, you're supposed, in the event that this duel gets to the point where Aporia can actually have a positive field presence with Meklord Astro Mechanile, you're supposed to use Decoy Dragon in order to bring out another Stardust Dragon. And then from there, use Synchro Blast Wave to blow him the fuck up.
Okay, probably another Mech-Time Blast.
It's probably not a third Mech-Time Blast. It's probably actually one of the Infinity Engines, because Aporia is running a very interesting suite of continuous trap cards. But I don't know. I don't honestly know how to effectively describe what the fuck it is that they do.
It doesn't matter. He loses the game, and is this the last time we're gonna go up against a Meklord Emperor army?
Yes.
Okay. Good, because these Meklords can be a real pain in the what's-it.
The big one that you usually have to be worried about is Grenell, but yeah, we didn't get to see Grenell, so. Alright, Boon of the Meklord Emperor, Dragon Asterisk, which we also didn't get to see, and Fortissimo the Mobile Fortress. So, you ready for more plot twists, Mr. Cloud?
We are from the future.
One of the things
we
that Team
are
New World
one.
did as they were fusing with Aporia was bring down the Divine Temple as their spaceship. Yes, not only do they have a time machine of some sorts, it also functions as a spaceship. And now they're throwing it down at Neo Domino. Hey, Antinomy, also known as Bruno. Yeah, the dude that we rescued that had amnesia. Yeah, he's actually a member of Team New World.
Oh yeah, that guy.
This is by far and away one of the most difficult duels that is in the 5Ds campaign. I know that I was having a problem against the Loki Ragnarok team member, but this is worse. Antinomy is actually running very specifically the TG archetype, and the TG archetype is incredibly fucking effective, as Annotations Credit was attempting to explain, at having a shitload of monsters that float into other monsters. Not necessarily great monsters, but monsters in general. And because of that, Yusei's really poor stats really fucking suck. Ugh.
Right, because he's got a bunch of tiny monsters with some saving grace that they occasionally have effects that stop them from being destroyed. However, unless we get a synchro monster out using these components, we're going to get overwhelmed by these relatively weak monsters.
Yes. Reinforced truth to bring out TG Striker. Waha.
There it is. I remember TG Striker. I also remember TG Werewolf. These guys
yet
are
another
the bastard
TG
children.
Oh yeah, it's 5Ds, so these effects aren't once per turn.
Oh yeah.
So, Antimony, or however the fuck you want to pronounce his name, very specifically is very specifically using a lot of the TG main deck monsters in order to formulate a TG synchro engine, and it is extremely efficient.
Okay, so on his next turn,
bounce back into his hand. The reason why he's running King Up EO is for TG Cyber Magician. We have not seen that one yet, but that's why he's running it. I am attempting to decide what am I supposed to do against TG Hyper Librarian, because I don't have anything for him right now. And killing Werewolf is just gonna have him slowly float into another TG monster. So, and phase Werewolf search for Rush Rhino.
Rush Rhino also sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah,
it's
the
funny
classic TG package from this area specifically was double Rush Rhino, triple Werewolf, and triple Striker, as well as usually 2 Cyber Magician. But the TG monsters actually had several other members in it, specifically Jet Falcon. I don't remember if anyone actually bothered to run Jet Falcon because it wasn't actually all that important. There's tuning. Come on. I don't know what we're trying to mill, but I know that we need to mill a monster. And we milled Call of the Haunted. Damn it. All right, Junk Synchron effect. Now bring back Stardust Long.
Nice. Okay, now we flip up our face down. Stardust Long.
Except he summoned a werewolf. Dang it.
Now let's go into the Junk Warrior.
No, because
and
we
then
always
we're going
go
to
into Junk
die.
Warrior.
Always.
Now, am I going to actually use Graceful Revival here? Because I might want to, so I can save Synchro Blast Wave. Also, yes, TG Hyper Librarian does a draw whenever a Synchro Summon happens. So yes, when Yusei goes into his Synchro Laddering plays, if Antinomy has got Hyper Librarian out, you're just giving your opponent yet more resources.
Was that an errata?
No,
TG
it is
Hyper
not
Librarian?
an errata. Hyper Librarian always drew a card after each Synchro Summon. It's why it was paired with Formula Synchron so well. It's also why
I see.
It's also why it was a limited and/or banned for the longest time. I think it currently actually is banned at the moment. I'd have to go check again though.